The NBA playoffs start now. Welcome, everyone. The regular season is in the books. The battle for the East begins. Round one, game one. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And reporting from the sidelines all game long, we've got David Aldridge. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. We've got Rondo. Garnett is out there with Pierce. Then there's Horford. And it's Allen in at the 2. And for Chicago, Kyle Korver is up there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Dang. Then there's Boozer. And it's Love at the 5. You look at the Bulls. We know the confidence around this organization is extremely high. They feel like this is their series to lose.
And you know, they have an edge playing at home. They also probably have an edge in talent level. But I'll tell you what, any number of things can shift momentum in a series. You need to try and make quick work of this one and get to the second round.
Truly survive in advance, isn't it?
Amen.
Love the dunk from Horford. He doesn't mess around when he gets inside.
Hits it from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Outside Rondo. Chicago grabs the miss. Rose looking around. Over Rondo. And the basket by Rose. Rose has got 5 points so far.
The fundamentals of Rose's shooting are so strong. Even tough defense can't throw the shot off.
Then kicks to Rose. Takes a 3. And the Bulls another 3.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now here's Dang. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. And it's Rose. This time the assist by Dang. He's got 11.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
So the Celtics called timeout there first.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Good timeout, if you ask me. They have the momentum, and Coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
Chicago making a switch here. Noah's checked in. Garnett finds Rondo. And just miss after miss right now.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
And the basket by Rose.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Carlos Boozer.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
Both good from the line that time. Chicago has got a perfect 4-4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter. Trains the three-pointer.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Passes it to Pierce. Kept alive by Boston. Here's Allen. The shot missing. Chicago leading by 13. Noah kicks to Rose. Over Rondo, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Yeah, complete focus right now. Such an impressive start to this game, 100% from the field.
Rondo dishes to Horford, down low. Garnett against Noah, 6 on the shot clock. Allen passes to Rondo. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Chicago with the ball. Huge run right now for him. Going 19-2. Dang finds Rose. Good work there as it goes. Rose has got 21.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
From past the arc, another 3 for Chicago.
hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Now it's timeout called by Boston. You got to like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
They have to come up with a new wrinkle defensively because he is killing them from deep.
Some changes for Boston. Kate is checked in. It's Torrey Craig in for Garnett. Bulls on D. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And the Celtics with possession here. Rondo kicks to Posey. And it's blocked.
Really having a difficult time getting anything to fall.
There's Rose with the three. And the Bulls, another three.
Those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
And Allen slams it in.
There's a nuance to the passing skill of Rondo. He just is able to whip that ball around to the open man.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Here's Allen. And it's there off the inbound. Chicago leading by 21. And here's Rose outside. Good on the three-point shot. Rose has got 30.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Inside. And Allen slams it in.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
Chalk up 2 there. Rose has got 32 points in the game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And the technical free throw is good.
The jumper of Ray Allen is obviously just unreal, but that comes with practice and repetition. Ray puts up thousands of shots every day, perfecting his craft.
Tillman, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. Now here's Gibson. Hasn't made one yet. It's good.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Pass to Allen. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. And so here in Chicago, Lynn the pass to Heinrich. What a performance for Derrick Rose. He has been the story for the Chicago Bulls. He's got 8 3-pointers in the game now. What a job he's doing from long range. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Chicago.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they capitalize in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
So with Rose on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. They've got Taj Gibson. Towns is out there with House. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Heinrich in at the point guard. And now the first time out called here for the Bulls.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your group together and make sure everyone is on the same page.
Love checked in for the Bulls. Rose comes in for Kirk Heinrich. Buries the long-range jumper.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now here's Pierce. No scoring in this one. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Three-pointer. Good. Another from 3.
The threes coming fast and furious. He is scorching the net.
Now GA tied for the third most three-point field goals in single-game playoff history. Now here's Love. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Here's Towns. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Here's Rose, and he banks in the layup. Rose has got 8 here in the quarter.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Garnett outside, and the turnover again by Boston. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. The Celtics making a switch here. Horford's checked in. Now here's Rose, and he has 42. It's good.
And when Rose gets going and gets this kind of confidence offensively, you're in trouble. He can just flat out take over a game.
Here's Rondo. That one's off, still out of sync.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Not a problem. First turnover of the game, but overall, I like how they're taking care of the basketball.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah is checked in for Love. Boozer comes in for House. Luol Deng is checked in for Towns. And it's Heinrich in for Jeremy Lin. Now here's Noah, following the shot by Ray Allen. And again for 3.
He's putting on a shooting exhibition that has left this entire arena slack-jawed.
And Greg, he finds himself tied for second place all time in three-point makes for a playoff game. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Knight's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Boston with the ball. 14 feet away. The bank shot, no good.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Textbook defense, take a good angle to the shooter and bother the release.
Rose gets the bucket.
He's been meticulous on offense, and it's paid off with the flawless shooting percentage for him so far in this game.
Here's Pierce, still scoreless. And it's Pierce with the jam.
Just taking his frustration out on the rim. He ends a huge run by Chicago.
Here's Rose, and yep, another basket that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. And we know Pierce has the jumper, but you can also pound it inside with him.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Paul Pierce.
First one falls for him. Boston making some changes. Kate is checked in, and it's Torrey Craig in for Kevin Garnett. Pierce hits 2. Heinrich with it. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Part of the reason why they have leads, they haven't turned it over too much. They are playing smart basketball.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Shireman, great D that time from Gibson. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. 6 the three-pointer.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now, here's Craig. Scoreless thus far. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. For Boston, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
The line for the Celtics. Knight. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. Chicago's going to sublime 4 of 4 from three-point range since we've gotten in here in the second quarter. Gibson looking it over. Shot clock at 6. Outside Corver. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Knight kicks to Posey. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Known as the defensive specialist, Posey is also a capable scorer when given the opportunity.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw, no good. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Chicago. That's off as well, so he misses both. Now Gibson. Here's Esparza, and again it's the Bulls from deep.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
Here's Posey, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Corver, good.
You gotta love that mid-range shot of Corver. Knows how to get the space he needs to let that one fly from that area.
For the three, and they'll get another chance. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Bulls out front, opening up a huge gap. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Derek, what's the most important thing on defense, and how does that impact the offense?
Contesting their shots. They have a great three-point shooting team. We just contesting and getting out and run. That's our favorite thing to do. Get out and run. We got big second run, shooters on the floor. So open the floor up a little bit.
We'll see if we can keep the pace going in the second half, Derek. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And a heightened atmosphere we have here this evening for NBA playoff action. Hey, everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith by my side. Looking at the Bulls, boy, have they ever started this series off on the right foot. They've thrown down the gauntlet here in Game 1 with their intensity and effectiveness on both ends of the floor. Now, they've got a little bit of an intimidation factor going into the second half. Kenny, your thoughts on how the Bulls are playing?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of the offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
The shooting percentage they allowed was through the roof. The coach should absolutely be ripping into the defensive effort. They need to take some pride on the other end and just lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
NBA playoffs, round 1. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Well, it doesn't get much better than playoff basketball. Let's get back to the action here in round 1. On the floor for Boston, Rajon Rondo is out there with Allen. Then there's Horford. Then it's Pierce. And it's Garnett in at the power forward. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Rondo against Heinrich. Rondo passes to Pierce. Misses the 3.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And that one's good, Love. Love's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Chicago.
Such great awareness from Love. He sees what's happening and hustles to get out in transition.
Garnett, that one off the back iron and out. Heinrich inside the three-point line, and the Bulls tack on two more.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
And he's able to get it back. Here's Pierce. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Is it possible to rest too much? Because he hasn't been able to get into a groove since coming back in. You expect some fumbles with the ball, and overall, I think they've done a good job limiting those slip-ups.
So for the Bulls, Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Love. And it's Towns in for Kyle Korver. Now here's Pierce. Noah with the block.
It takes defense so seriously. Noah's showing he can be a pest out there.
Rondo against Heinrich. The pass to Dang. Back to Heinrich. With his first shot attempt. And there's Dang. That's good on the assist by Heinrich.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Pierce. Carlos Boozer pulls it in. Boozer's got his fourth rebound in this one.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Garnett.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So for the Bulls, House comes in for Carlos Boozer. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kirk Heinrich. And the Celtics also making a change. Craig's checked in. Now here's Noah. Still yet to score. A nice shot by Lin.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Rondo against Lin. Knocks it loose. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. That one drops for him. Noah's got his first points of the night.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything. And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call for 8 seconds. And some changes here for the Celtics. Kane is checked in, and James Posey subbed in for Paul Pierce. Here's Peterson. No good, unable to end this run.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Gibson up top. The shot's good. Gibson's got 5 points so far.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Cade's shot is off.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Chicago calls timeout.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes, a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. For Chicago, they've gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the field here in the third, coming out of the break very hot. And the foul on Rose. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
So it's Boston now. Here's Peterson. And another miss by Boston.
Hey, look, I'm not going to lie here. That's a shot that he needs to be making. There are no excuses. Ooh, he's been the guy tonight. Really impressive performance.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And he makes both free throws. 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. Rose against Allen. And got it! Another basket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And Allen showing good recognition on that play to set up a teammate for the basket.
And good, he hits it again.
What a performance. He's now tied for third most points in single-game playoff history.
Well, GA, the way he's been scoring the ball, you had a feeling he'd leave his name in the record books.
Horrible mistake right there. You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
And so Lynn will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half, and the foul called on Xavier Tillman. That is his first foul of the game. Lynn kicks to Rose. Connects again.
And he now owns third place for most points in a playoff game.
An incredible game, no doubt. Nothing can slow him down. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Bulls up front, running away with this one. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And we're with you again as our round one coverage continues. So with Love on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. Towns is out there with House. And there's Heinrich, and it's Nunez at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
And Chicago has possession, following the bucket by the Celtics. Towns in the corner, clock at 4. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the Bulls making a change here. Gibson's checked in. Knight looking for an opening. The quick look no good that time.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Knight's gone 1 of 3 on the night. House kicks to Towns. Pass to Gibson. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go with the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Here's Sherman, and botches the dunk. Chicago has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Towns, the pass to Gibson. House dishes to Gibson. Here's the 3. Kept alive. Towns kicks to Gibson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And that one's good. Towns.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Knight. And that time, also a missed shot.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Chicago. And then for Boston, Peterson's checked in. And it's Rondo in for Knight. Rondo passes to Tillman. Gibson with the steal. Passes it to House. Back to Heinrich. Towns in the corner. This one for three. Good on the triple. Towns has got 6 in the quarter. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And another thing they really excelled at tonight is protecting the rim. Shooters keep getting their shots swatted away by this squad.
Now here's Towns. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Gibson finds Heinrich. Here is House. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by the Celtics. Here's Peterson. It's blocked. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Korver passes to Heinrich. Outside Korver. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Rondo. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Here's Nunez. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And so Horford will bring it up for the Boston Celtics.
A tremendous boost for these guys as this game winds down, and what will be a win here in game 1 of the series for Chicago.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it's really got to feel very good to be able to jump out confidently to a 1-0 lead in this series.
Absolutely. And I think their focus now has to be not on taking this win for granted. They should come out for game 2 with the same intensity and honestly maybe even more. You know, they'll face a more focused team in the next one, so they may have to be just a little bit tougher.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Rose.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Now here's Heinrich. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Pass to Nunez, and Heinrich has it in the corner. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. And so it's Boston with it. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Allen drops them both. Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and now they decide to foul intentionally. That's good from Rondo.
Shooting for Boston, Rajon Rondo, taking 2 shots.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical, and you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. For Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching tonight's game on 2K Sports. We'll see you